Yap. All right, man. We're gonna skip the introduction today. Um, we want to come today to address a pertinent topic. Yap Gang Origins is what we titled this stream today. Because there seems to be some confusion. There seems to be a misunderstanding on the origins of Yap Gang and a particular model that Yap Gang propagates and promulgates on YouTube and social media, so on and so forth. And as an individual that's claiming that nobody, let me get it out, nobody in Yap Gang can no longer teach. It's the same thing that the brother was saying about E1B1A. We did a video about the brother, Dr. What was his name? Ephraim something. I can't remember his name right now. The brother that said no one can teach E1B1A but him because
Yeah, Dr. Ephraim, Ben Ephraim, something like that.
Yeah, something Ben Ephraim. It's the same exact thing. So this individual is claiming that no one can say or teach um, Yap, the Yap model, which is Shem being DE, Ham being AB, and Japhet being CF. So there's claims that's saying that he's the sole proprietor of that, and no one's allowed to touch his things. So we wanted to do this quick live just to clear that up, just in case anyone stumbles upon that. And at the end of the day, we all grown individuals. We're gonna say and do as we please. We have complete autonomy over ourselves, and we don't live in a fascist regime, at least not yet. So we have the freedom to express ourselves the way we want to express ourselves. Um, we got the Yap Gang in the building. We're waiting on Sean to join. So we're just gonna just divulge a few things, share some information with you guys on the origins of Yap Gang, where it came from, um, how the models came together, and how we came to the conclusions that we share. I've moved far and farther and farther from even teaching biblical things because I felt that there's a dearth and a lack of basic and common knowledge as far as like history, geography, geology in the community that needs to be addressed. I think that weighs more importance than you know picking out who's who in the Bible, in my opinion. So if you guys been staying up to date with my channel, I've been trying to spend a little bit more time and focus on that. But with that said, I can open up the panel. You guys are free to speak your mind on the situation, the accusation, and the origins of Yap and what that constituted of, and what was taught, so et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So the floor is open. Anybody that wants to grab the mic is open.
Sorry, did you want to go in or no?
Yeah, so I'll grace and peace, shalom everybody. So the origins of Yak Gang, from what I remember and I recall, um, there are several of us on YouTube, on Clubhouse, excuse me, speaking about um, the different ways we view the Table of Nations, Ham, Shem, and Japheth, and their descendants. And we were on Clubhouse for, correct me if I'm wrong, Avery, but a little over 6 months to possibly a year, just banging out against different groups of people on there. Um, and just speaking on what I came to understand was what I called back then Avery's model, because that's who I was conversing with mostly, and that's who I asked all my questions pertaining to DE and Shem and Ham and Natufians and all that stuff. Elcom, Barlow, Rue, Yashub, Avery, myself. We had another sister that was on Clubhouse, Ray, um, and Sean, of course, OG Sean. we were all on Clubhouse for mad long, just chopping it up and just banging out against people about the different lineages and the haplogroups, etc. Just like my earliest memory of how Yap pretty much started was on Clubhouse. Then the Sister Ray made a Telegram group, and then we're all in that group.
Yeah, and the the individual that is levying these claims against these brothers. I want to say this at first. When I first met Ivry, he can definitely speak for himself. This brother had already developed his own model and his own understanding on who Shem, Ham, and Japhet was, and it was pretty much congruent in what I was already building towards. We were new to the DNA scene. I started really taking a deep dive and buying books and resources. Just solely focused on the field of genomics around 2019, 2020, and started taking a deep dive then. And I bump into Ivry on well before that I bump into Lions Farm, and Sean, you can attest to this. I know you just dropped in. I bump into Lions Farm, and I see him going over DNA and making claims and biblical claims about DNA. So I was like, oh, we clicked. I was like, I would like you to come on my channel. He came on the channel, and that kind of fell through, and because I didn't like the way his understanding of haplogroups were and his distribution of tribes were. It just didn't make any sense, and we kind of fell away from that. From that point, I believe I meet Ivry. It's either 2020 or 2021. Correct me if I'm wrong there. But it's one of those years I meet Ivry and I hear him speaking on Clubhouse. I'm like, oh, this brother's sharp. He knows a lot about DNA. And from that interaction and then picking his brain and eventually having him come to Genesis 49ers and give his presentations on Haplogroup J. A lot of you guys have been subscribed to the channel for a long time. You this is probably your memory banks. And then, I realized that this brother, a lot of the things he was saying was congruent. And one of those things, I asked him, who do you have for Ham, A and B? Paleo-Africans. He understood Japhet would be the Eurasian groups and so on and so forth. And he had E.S. Shem. So that's before, and I'm going to just stop shying away from it. James, you're going to watch this. Ivry did not take anything from you. He doesn't owe you anything. And anyone, like I've been saying from the beginning, our product is free to be used by any damn body. It doesn't matter. I don't understand the angle. I'm really lost on the angle. But besides that, claiming ownership and saying without you, no one else would know anything about the model. Ivry, independent by himself, developed the model. I developed the model, independent by myself. You developed the model, independent by yourself. That's what happened. And you even admitted this on a live, man. Independent by yourself, man. It's something called convergent evolution. That's what happened. That's what took place, man. But since you're upset with brothers and you go to the internet and try to make it a deal, now it's public. No one went public. You chose to go public and get upset with the gang. For what? For what? We had issues on political issues, and I told you I don't want to argue about it. You took it to Moore. You took it to Ivry. Look, Garfield messy. He talking about I'm on James' side. Ivry stole it. Why Garfield know about these claims and stuff like that? You took it to Shari. You made it everybody else's problem. Why? When the truth is, these things were developed independently. You understand? We don't even see it the same way. I don't believe in those that Noah had 3 kids and each child had separate haplogroups. I don't believe in that. That's something you brought to. I don't believe that. That doesn't fit with the phylogenetic tree. And we've had discussions and talked about that. Long discussions. Come on, man. We're not on the same frequency wave when it comes to that. And that's okay. You got whatever you got going on, but don't sit up here and try to claim that these brothers stole your work. They did not steal your work. Nobody stole any damn thing. And I don't know why would you be making a claim against me. I put the most money, work, and effort into this shit than anybody. I can pull receipts, bank statements. I can show all that. I put more money, effort, bought papers. These brothers and sisters know I ain't lying. And research, took the brunt of all of my information, all of my points. You never took the brunt of this shit. I stood in the main line, taking all the shots and bullets when I was wrong or mischaracterized anything or misunderstood any damn thing. I did that. Garfield said, I don't know what the hell you talking about. James Wright, y'all jealous of him. You know what I'm saying? My only critique was, if you got an issue with anything I said, make videos. Where are your videos at, man? That's it. That's it. I want to hog up space, man. Somebody else grab the mic, bro. Grab the mic, man.
I want to share my screen real quick.
Lunacy, man.
1 second. Okay. Legal Information Institute. This is cornell.edu, right? Can y'all hear me okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, we hear you.
And so the highlighted portion I have right here, it talks about what intellectual property is and different forms of intellectual property, right? And intellectual property rights were created to ensure that authors and inventors are compensated for their efforts to incentivize the production of further works for the benefit of the public. And so all of this is my creation. Nobody has the right to promote anything. Honestly, if you ain't published a book, you didn't go through the legal process of making an intellectual property protected by law, federal and state, then I really don't want to hear it and I really don't care. You just crying. That's how I view it.
And then there's another thing I just got to say, man. So for somebody that's claiming all how much work that we put into this thing, man, how many videos we done made, you know what I'm saying? You know how much backlash we done took. I ran in head first. You want to take all the credit? Bro, where's your fucking catalog of videos at? Where's you going at it with these brothers? Where's you trying to shout out, trying to start debates, initiate debates, run a damn debate? Where's that at? You can't take credit from nobody, man. Avery does a great job with his own channel, has thousands of views on his own channel. Orthodox Moore, before we knew him, had his name cemented in the community. Cemented. That's really nothing you can say to him, man. Putting in work. He jumped on board with Genesis 49ers. We chop it up. We find areas of agreement, and then we build from there. We disagree a lot, but that's okay. It's okay to disagree. But what we're not going to do is continue to fucking argue perpetually, and there's no end to it. Nobody wants to do that. You got mad at me because I told you I'm not arguing with you. Why am I not arguing with you? Because nobody wants to argue all fucking day, man. It's cool to get on the internet and, yell, cuss niggas out, have fun, you know what I'm saying? But eventually we turn the fucking computer off. Eventually we log off social media and we go in and we do I run a fucking business. You know this already. I run a business, have a regular job at the same goddamn time, and I do this internet shit on the side. I read books constantly. I'm always looking and pulling articles. I'm always sharing information with the brothers and sisters. Free of fucking charge. You don't see me going around saying, that's my shit, y'all. I don't do that. What is the purpose of us doing this anyway? To get clout and say, this my shit? Come on, man. That's weird, bro. That's weird. That's para-nigga activity, bro. Nobody fucking with that, man. And now you're going to get mad, they disrespect. Ain't nobody disrespecting you. Niggas got to clarify because you put it out there for everybody to see it. Now Avery is stealing from you. Now Moore is stealing from you. No, that's not the issue, bro. Why would you go on Vocab's channel and say what you said about these brothers, man? Why? What are you trying to achieve? What are you trying to achieve? This ain't behind your back. This is a live fucking broadcast, man. God damn, dude. and it wouldn't be an
No,
issue.
you was already explaining it on Facebook and all over Facebook, all over YouTube, explaining why you mad. You already explained it. What else is there to explain? I don't get it. We hypocrites, we're immoral. Like, you want to explain it? Let's pull up what you said on Facebook. You already said it.
What creation do you own? You don't own a creation. You don't own no creation, man. What do you own? Someone stole a creation from you? And why now is the idea that someone stole something from you just now being put out there in the ether? Why didn't you bring this up 3 years ago? You'd be like, Yashub stole my shit. Why now? We fall out. We have an argument. Now it's y'all stole my shit. That don't make no sense. That don't make no sense at all. This is what we talking about, man. That's what we talking about. What does this mean right here? What is this talking about here? We snakes? Niggas is snakes? You say how snakes steady want to be the face of your creation. What the fuck? What creation are we the face of? What are you talking about? My stance, my videos are pretty unique to me. Orthodox Moore's stances, his videos are unique to him. Avery's stances, Avery's videos are unique to him. Avery was already dealing with DNA prior to knowing you or I. I knew Avery first. So you saying Moore stole something from you? What did Moore steal? How could he steal any damn thing? Oh my God, man. Somebody get the mic, man. Somebody get the mic.
Yeah, I'm grabbing it right now. Like, so James, this is where I need you to join reality right quick. How did I steal something from you never taught me? I need you to explain that to me. When did you, first of all, I'm the last person to the group that got invited to the group. When Moore came along, there's a Yap Gang already, and it's a Yap Gang model that I learned from Ibri and I learned from Yashub. When did you show me, when did you teach me anything about the Yap Gang model? After all your pettiness and all your nonsense and this whole stuff about us beefing and we apologize to each other, but you want to keep carrying on because you apologize and apparently you're not a man and your apologies don't mean nothing. What's all this nonsense about you not recognizing that I still gave you props, bruh? I went on Vocab's channel and said your name in a very respectful manner. Multiple times, fam. We even differentiated where we agree and disagree on certain aspects of the model, fam. So we don't, like Yashub saying, we don't even have the same model. What are you talking about? Secondarily, how are you out there talking like everything we're saying came out of your mouth, fam? We're literally up there talking about a mixed multitude model. You ain't had nothing to do with it. What are you saying? What are you saying? When were you up there? When were you breaking down information to me about the Kohanim and about Samaritan Jews? When was that happening, fam? Like Yashub said, we all put in a lot of time and work reading papers and reading all kind of stuff, but you did not read my information for me. I was dealing with DNA way before I ever met you, fam. That's how I met Shari. That's how I met Sean Harris and whatnot. We were talking about autosomal DNA and whatnot. And before I even came to Yap, just like Ibri, my concept was I came in thinking Abraham was E1B1B, i.e. he's a subclade of DE. That's why everything made sense to me, fam. So this whole stuff about like bruh, you can't name one thing I've ever said out of my mouth about DNA that you taught me, that you showed me, that you sat down and showed me. Bro, you was here few and far between. I came in late. I'm the last dude here, and we barely ever saw you anywhere we was. You weren't there when we was on Clubhouse banging it out with everybody and their mama, fam, where we're explaining all kind of history and migration patterns you're not talking about that you didn't give me no information for. When me and Ibri are sitting there talking to European Jews, breaking down West African Jewry and all this type of stuff and connecting it to the DNA and whatnot, the migrations, you're not there for that, fam. What are you talking about? The whole reason why we're on Vocab's channel is because me and Ibri out there pushing the whole thing where you're not out there, fam. And when I'm out there, I'm giving you props for what I know to be the truth or whatnot. And what I know to be the truth is what I said. Is exactly what I said. I never heard you like the most I ever heard you say was what I said, bro. Like, so if I got it wrong, man, that's your fault for you not explaining it to the people, fam. How is it that you're part of the group for so long and we don't know your involvement in the thing, fam? Whenever you've been involved, you've gotten credit for that involvement, fam. When you were tripping and whatnot, what I say, I was like, how about you go check out this video where I actually give you props for like when you engage Damon Richardson and whatnot. And then we all come in afterwards and we all make a video talking about the whole thing, fam. Get whatever you've done, you've gotten props for, fam. You got an issue, man, take it somewhere else, fam. I don't know what your issue is. I really don't know what to tell you, fam. But if you can show me one thing I said out my mouth that you concerning DNA that you showed me in that whole 3-hour show, bro, I'll wait. I'll apologize to you right now for a second time. Because you want to forget that I apologize. Yeah, I cussed you out, bro. And I cussed you out because you called me disingenuous and wanted to act like you didn't say it. And I said, nah, bro, I'm not being disingenuous. This is what I believe. We can agree to disagree on something, but that doesn't mean I'm disingenuous because we disagree. And you wanted to take it to another level, and I made sure I took it higher. And then I brought it back down, and then I apologized to you. And then we squashed it. And apparently, me cussing you out is still ringing around in your head. I'm living rent-free in your head because someone told you the truth.
James, real quick, James, I'm about to be in the city, bro. Just meet me, bro. Just meet up. Hey, y'all run the show, man. I'm out of here, man. Hey, hit my line, James. I'm out of here. I'm out, bro.
Yeah, you're not coming on until everybody else has what they had to say, what they have to say. You've been on Facebook crying like a female this whole time. Everybody else get to cry on live, however long we feel like crying about you crying. And you either gonna sit there and accept it or shut up and get out the chat. Ain't nobody caring what you gotta say no more, bro. You've been all on Facebook for days, about a month, crying to other people, all in folks' chat, comments and stuff like that, all in my DMs crying. Now we gonna talk about this, how we want to talk about it. We gonna bring it up, and I'm not dropping the link. We're not dropping the link, and you can go make a video. You got a channel. You was on Facebook anyway doing it. Like, no, keep crying or shut up. Go, Ibri.
Yeah, all I gotta say is, my bad, still got COVID, but all I gotta say is when it comes to the origins of the group, I do know that the group has gone through different phases when it comes to its origins, because originally, long ago when we were first forming it, Moore wasn't there, as he said earlier, he wasn't around, and James wasn't around either, and a few other people that are currently right now in Yap Gang weren't around, because when we first formed the group, we didn't go by the name Yap Gang, we went by a different name, but we were still getting some headway and people were still recognizing us. We were on Clubhouse, because that's how we all met. Like Shub said earlier, I met him on Clubhouse about 2 or 3 years ago. And the first person that made the Telegram group for us to all communicate was a person named Ray. She's not with us anymore, but we had a lot of other people originally with us. We had someone named Daughter of Yah or something like that, or Sister of Yah. She was in our group. J Jax was originally with us. Ray and her husband. Then we got, of course, the regulars like Elkin Barlow and Sean Harris, Jashub, Shari, and there's probably some others. Oh yeah, we had a couple of Jews in our group as well, like Yaakov. and a few others. So we existed maybe about for a year or so before, a year or two before we decided to say, hey, let's get James in the group. Let's get more in the group. First it was James, and then more came probably a few months, maybe a year later. But yeah, Yap Gang kind of did go through an evolution. Um, there was members that's been in the group and been out the group for different reasons. So I think that's something also important to keep in mind, that as a group we kind of existed before a lot of people are joined now. So I think understanding the history of the group is just as important. Like, when did members join? And I gotta say, Moore wasn't the very first member. James wasn't the very first member. Um, and a few other people weren't in that original group. And like I said, we didn't call ourselves Yap Gang. We went by a different name, but but we did have a group long before either two joined. So, and I was studying genetics, before before the Yap Gang, formed, because like Jashub said, I was already, that's actually how I met Jashub, because I was talking to it was either G Con or Kevin G. It was one of the two, but I was talking to him on Clubhouse, and we're talking about the J marker, and we're talking about Levantine populations and stuff. So yeah, I see. Is that Adam Hans? I think that's Adam. That may not be Adam. But anyways,
Yeah.
but
You hold on real quick. Like, so you came up on the 3-node concept based upon what Nathaniel Jensen's work was correct?
yeah, before Yap Gang and all that, I was real deep into young Earth creationism, whether it dealt with like how the Earth was formed, or whether it dealt with genetics, whether it dealt with race and things of that nature. So I was watching a lot of Answers in Genesis, and I came upon Dr. Nathaniel Jensen when it came to the 3 nodes, and I thought that was very interesting, and that's how I began to develop my version of the model.
Yeah, and so for me, it was interesting because I heard Ebri talking about that, and so I was dealing with when I first came in, when they invited me in and whatnot. So I'd been dealing with the Nathaniel Jensen in terms of young Earth creationism period and whatnot. In terms of I'm not a young Earth creationist and whatnot, so I was trying to understand their model. And they deal with something called genetic entropy and other stuff like that I was dealing with the time and whatnot, and trying to understand and whatnot. So I was familiar with Nathaniel Jensen and Answers in Genesis and whatnot, and I learned the tri-para group model from Ebri and from Yashub that way. Yashub also says that he learned the 3-node concept from Nathaniel Jensen's work and whatnot, right? And so I mean, if you want to be consistent, bro, if you want to be mad at us, you got to be mad at Jensen too. My G's literally writing books about this thing, and to be clear, like, this got to be super clear, because this is ridiculous, right? Because everybody can vouch for this. When I came into Yap, I literally was begging Yap, because I was the last dude that showed up. I was like, so I'm not trying to take credit for this thing. I was begging Yap to write a book.
Yeah, that's true.
I begged Yap for the longest to write a book. Not me, fam. I was begging Yap to write the book, because I'm the Johnny come lately to the thing, fam. I've always said such. When I introduced myself on Vocab's program, I said I'm the last to come to the thing, and I'm mid-tier when it comes to understanding genetics and whatnot. I'm not out here trying to push myself out as the forefront. I recognize what I can bring to this thing is I can push the model and whatnot, right? And that's what I've been doing. And I've been doing so unapologetically, whatnot. Evie's been out there with me, whatnot. We've been pushing on a bunch of platforms, and a lot of people know about it now, right? More so than what, again, if we didn't do so, who would know about it, fam? How would this thing be getting out there? And again, like, so this is the thing, is you were invited to the group just like I was. And now you're acting like that's not what it was. I don't even understand that. That's crazy to me. That's complete revisionist history. Acting like Ebri I've literally heard you, Ibri, and Yashub have the conversation about the cooperation of the models and whatnot. How dope you thought it was that Ibri had actually come up. How y'all were agreeing how dope it was that Ibri had came up to the thing independently because it helped buttress the concept. Like, yeah, this is really scientific. Like, so we got multiple people that came at this from different angles and saw the same thing. Like, I don't even understand, fam. Like, trip on me, bro. Okay, I'm the one that cussed you out. So now you want to take credit for Ibri, fam? Like, come on, fam. Ibri got more models than a little bit, fam. He got more models than everybody in the group put together, fam. Don't do that. Don't do that, fam. When I came in, I focused on two things. I asked everyone to write a book, and I was pounding the table for expanding it out to a female model. So I started working on that on my own and whatnot. And we all have our own competing versions of a female model on this thing, right? We're about to introduce that soon. Again, we're out here pushing a mixed multitude model and whatnot, competing. Like, again, we're out here literally putting forth the importance of this concept of the mixed multitude model, right? Is that part of your original thing now? Are you claiming that now? Because I don't remember you being around for them conversations. Ibri and others have been having about this stuff for forever. You're not there with us when we're putting together the presentations. You're not there with us when we're reading the papers and whatnot. I don't know. I don't understand where this position is coming from. If you joined the group right before I did, and there was other people in the group before both of us, what are you tripping on? And how you got the nerve to fix your face to say I did anything but come to a group concept? It wasn't the James Cassell group, fam. Okay, cool. You yelled out Yap at the end of a video, and Yeshua was like, all right, well, I'm gonna call this joint Yap Gang. Cool. Okay. It's not the Cassell gang, fam. And whenever I've had the opportunity, I've given you credit for what I've understood to be true. What should I apologize for? What do I have to be sorry for? What does anybody in Yap have to be sorry for in terms of promoting the Yap model? Because it's the Yap model, fam. Me and Ibra up there explaining how everybody differs on the model and whatnot. Ibra is saying that you and he agree on the starburst phylogeny, and that me and Yeshub deal with the whole lineal descent model and whatnot, right? Are you taking credit for the lineal descent model now? That's you? Me and Yeshub don't have a different model? Ibra didn't give you the respect of saying that you and he both have this version of looking at things? Bruh, get over yourself. It's crazy. I told you this before. I don't know who you're beefing with or what your problems, but it's not with me, fam. And it's not with anybody in Yap, bro. Because you can go over that whole interview that me and Ibri did on behalf of Yap on Vocab's channel. You won't be able to find one disrespectful thing, fam. Not one disrespectful thing. Yeah, you're out here in all kind of public posts disrespecting me. Disrespecting Shari, bro? You out here tripping on Shari in the public, bro? Bro, that's ridiculous, bro. When we were cussing each other out and she told me we sounded childish, bro, that was embarrassing to me. I fixed up real quick. That's why I apologize in that same conversation, bro. Somebody that's almost like you and I are the same age, bro. Somebody that's almost half our age told us we were sounding childish. That's embarrassing, bro. And so when I apologized to you, we didn't have no beef after that, bro. I was literally on your post and whatnot in Facebook on basketball stuff, right? I wasn't even no beef with you, fam. It was water under the bridge. You're the one sitting there telling OG, oh no, man, I apologize, but I'm still not letting it go. Okay, that's you not letting it go, bro. That's you not want to grow up. There's nothing. There's me sticking up for myself in that conversation. I'm not sorry for, right? But I apologize for coming at you the way I came at you. And I explained why I did so. And it's water under the bridge. You apologize back. Apparently you didn't mean it. And that's not something I have to deal with, bro. That's between you and the Most High. But to take it out on everyone else, bro, and act like you created everything that's come out of our mouths, bro, don't do that. Don't do that. Because when we speak, you can tell we all got command of this information. When we speak, you can tell anyone can tell we got command of this information, fam. That's not you. That's us. We're all autodidacts in this whole thing. That's what attracted us to each other. That's the beautiful thing about being a Yap Gang, is we're all autodidacts in this piece. But no, don't disrespect Yeshu for the work he put in. Don't disrespect Ibri for the work he put in. Don't disrespect Shari for the work she put in. I beg y'all, go look at the chat. Shari was killing the game in the chat last night. Shari was giving, like, she was giving a whole class in the chat because she has command of the information. So please don't do that, fam. Like, again, I don't know what your problem is or who it's with, but it's not with us, fam. It really ain't with us. And if you had a problem with such, you shouldn't have joined a group, fam, and started calling the model, your model, the Yap Gang model, if you believed it was your model. I learned, it took me a long time into this thing to even figure out the chronology of the thing. Because when I came into it, fam, it's just the Yap Gang model. And again, you're not showing none of it to me, fam. Like Shari's saying, she called it the Ibri model because the Ibri was the one breaking it down to her and whatnot. When we're out there doing scholastic fisticuffs all over YouTube, Facebook, and Clubhouse, fam, like, bruh, it was Ibri leading the charge on a lot of that stuff, yeah. That's the young head in the group, fam. Don't disrespect the young G like that, fam. If he wasn't doing that, Yeshub wouldn't have met him, fam. And like Yeshub says, and like you agreed with, fam, he had his own version of the thing, and y'all thought it was dope because it cross-corroborated the whole thing. You're like, this is dope. This is awesome. This is how we know this is scientific with this thing, right? We're not just seeing nonsense. We're all seeing the same thing. And again, like I said, it was able to make sense to me very easily because I already had a concept. I believed Abraham to be E1B1B. So when the model got broke down to the tri-para group model, cool, makes total sense. I get that all the way. Yeah, why not? It's not hard to get. It's not difficult science to get, fam. But I'm off my soapbox, fam. It's sad that things have come to this, fam. Like I'm with Shari, fam. It's sad that like people from our generation can't set a better example for people younger than us, fam. It's crazy to me, and it's a shame. It's a damn shame. You want to speak, OG? You got it.
Yeah, so we should be able to come to the table with this and not keep doing this, you know. And it's crazy because I'm saying this and I'm trying to be careful because we always go live when we beef, or we'll tell people, you know, that we go at, you know, about. We'll tell people, you know, that we go at, you know, being behind a block wall and this, that, and the third, and you know, having private conversations. But this right here is, to me, it's gotten out of hand. And as the elder of the group, you know, I've been trying to keep a level head about this, trying to talk to, you know, James. He knows. Been talking to James. You know, I've been building with y'all and trying to find some kind of bridge, because this is it's out of control right now. You know, the work that we've put in, you know, as a unit, the work that we've put in, you know, is beyond anything else anybody has done in our community. And now, you know, we have problems over, you know, the model, who created it, who added to it, who, yeah, this is you know, I'm stumped. The original disagreement was between Yeshua and Bro James, them brothers were supposed to be able to sit down or try to figure out how to settle this without everybody else being pulled into the fray. So, you know, my prayers is that end of the day get straightened out. You know, everybody has something, you know what I'm saying? You know what? Let me not say that. Certain people have issues with others and they need to straighten that out. All right. And we need to start from the root. James is right. James, Yeshua, y'all right there in the same damn city, town, state. Y'all need to figure this out because this shit is reaching this. Excuse me, I didn't mean to curse. This is getting out of hand. All right. I really need this to stop because now we're dividing the people that do listen to us and do respect our model because let's be real, nothing's going to change between the model. I mean, nothing's going to change with the model, even if James decide to go off and do his own thing or whatever. Nothing's going to change. Model's still the same. Why are the individuals still beefing? So, you know, I'm gonna leave it at that, man. James, I'm gonna get at you, man. I'm gonna call you either tonight or tomorrow. We're gonna have another long discussion. And you know, we're gonna figure out how to work through this. You and Moore need to settle this. There was an apology made by both of y'all. That is a fact. I spoke to you about that. Um, y'all need to, everybody, all parties involved need to straighten this out. Well, I'll leave it at that. We already know what the history is, who was doing what when. We know that when we was going with the men of population who was there, you know, the original members know how this whole thing formed. These games.
Yeah, and to be clear, Mr. Blacktastic, there is
No more jumping on YouTube.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were done. You just cut out. My fault.
Yeah, I'm sorry. No more jumping on Facebook. No more jumping on YouTube. No more with the nonsense. You know, let's straighten this. Just let's straighten this out. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, and just to be clear, Blacktastic, no, there is no copyright or plagiarism issue, whatnot. And even if you want to get technical, the oldest videos and people talking about the stuff in the public square is YouTube and whatnot. So it's not it's really just it's a sad situation of someone living in their own reality. Like, I don't even know what else to call it, fam. And it's no one understands what the beef is, fam. No one understands what the beef is. So OG sitting there saying like I need to sit down with him and understand. Like, no, we already did that part. You know what I'm saying? I as a man, I did my part. I apologize for what I did wrong, and I've been respectful to dude ever since. I haven't done anything to do it or said anything disrespectful since. He tried to pull this up a little while ago and be like, "Oh, Moore can't talk about this stuff." I addressed him respectfully in his chat. Nothing disrespectful. You can go look at it on Facebook. And can't no one say it's disrespectful and whatnot. I'm not going to be disrespectful to dude, and that's the most I can give him, and that's the most energy and time I can give from here on out. Because what he's on, I'm not trying to waste my time off him. There's too much real stuff in the world going on for me.
I get you. I just want. I guess basically what I'm saying is that. All right, so let me just say it plain. The model is going to get pushed because that's what we've been doing. The model, what we've been doing, all the models that we put together, you know, because we have more than one model. All right, and we've been pushing it. This is what we're going to continue to do. All right, this is what I want to say to all our brothers, the Ox and the Akates out there that do listen to us. I don't even want them to get divided. Like, you know, I don't want anybody, you know what I'm saying, to start getting involved with, who's right or who's wrong. If anything, y'all should be pushing brothers to get things back in order, to get us back, you know what I'm saying, in a situation where we can continue to push this model, whether we agree or disagree, continue to do the hard work that we've been putting out, because it's transcending the community. You know,
Facts.
some people look at it like it could be, you know, like it's a small thing because, you know, we don't get a lot of views, but trust me, we have affected a lot of different communities. Everybody's speaking on DNA now. All right. And those that don't want to speak on it, that belong to the community, you know, they're starting to straighten out their certain pseudo ways in trying to address this, except for a few people, because we're going to get to those people later on. I'm hoping we do another live on the foolishness that these other brothers did today, or yesterday, whenever it happened. But anyway, listen, let's get this together. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's, you know, men and women here, one way or another, we got to straighten this out. Whether if brothers don't speak, which I would hate that to happen, but we got to get this back in order. We can't let this keep spilling over, so people outside of our circle start laughing at us, saying, "Oh, they at war with each other now. Look, they're at the other neck." This is a bad look. It's a bad look for us. So I'll leave it at that.
Here's the thing that I'll say though: it's the group not splitting up. It's just this one individual in a group who has been harboring these feelings and emotions for a month plus, after the conversation that was had was already squashed and dealt with. The same individual, James, goes on Facebook on a rampage, he said so himself, posting subliminal quotes and all this other stuff, okay, name dropping Moore of all people, and being very disrespectful, right? And then now he continues to goes on and on and on and on and on. He comes in my DMs, DMing me, complaining about the same thing, even though I have no stake in this beef between them two, right? I stated my piece, and this was behind me posting quotes about drama on my own Facebook page. Y'all can go to Facebook and check these things out, right? So for me personally, it doesn't look like Yap Gang as a group is going at each other. It looks like this individual is on an ego trip and he wants credit for everything under the sun when we're giving him credit for things that are due to him and nothing outside of that. But that's not enough for this individual. That's what I see happening right now. And I'm not about to bend over backwards to appease him because he's going on an emotional tangent. No, this is why I removed you from Telegram. Because the drama that you brought to the group has been going on for far too long. And in my view, you are the problem. Not the rest of the group. You are the issue. You're bringing drama, constant keeping up drama, constant keeping up BS. And it's a distraction. You're not putting out content on a regular. You're just about drama and beef amongst quote unquote family. And so that's an issue because I removed you from the group. And I'm the hypocrite because I said you was wrong. No, I said y'all both was wrong. Y'all both was childish. Y'all apologized, and that was that. There is no further conversation to be had with him for me personally. I've heard enough, I've seen enough, and I'm done with him. You cut off to me.
So that's at least 3 people in Yap. The person who known you the longest, Yashub. Like, and this is what we noticed. You beefed with Yashub over something, like over a political thing. Then it turned into a whole genetics thing or whatnot. And then it turns you created everything and whatnot. Yashub's like, okay, I'm not even trying to deal with them. So we have to create a whole separate like Facebook conversation so we can talk to Yashub and talk to you and all kind of stuff and whatnot, and keep everybody in loop and whatnot. And we're still doing that just to keep everybody appeased and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? But that's not enough, right? Even that's not enough, yeah? To the point where, like, man, like there is no beef between us. It takes 2 people for there to be the beef, fam. I didn't beef with you. I apologize and let it go. You can't. No one point to a single instance. Like Shari had to ask me, like, were you private messaging him? No, nothing. There was nothing new, fam. We were cool. Everything was copacetic. like she said, for a month, and out of nowhere, you admit that you're harboring feelings and whatnot over something we both apologize for, fam. Instead of just getting at me, like, hey, can we talk about this? Like it was still bothering. We could have talked about it, fam, but that's not how you wanted to handle it. There would have been no issue talking about it. If you wanted to make it continue to be a beef, like an argument, see, this is like Yeshua said, like you got mad at him because he didn't want to keep arguing with you. That's crazy, bro. You're mad at me because I apologized and I haven't said nothing ill about you since. And you twisted this into I've stolen your model when I came to a group that you were a part of, and it's a group model I got taught. It's crazy, bro. It's too much, man. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I disagree with the OG in the sense like I don't think this looks like we're going at each other. I think this just looks sad, and I think people know what it is because people who've seen and heard understand that understand and seen the work that everybody in Yap Gang has put in. Everybody from OG to Shari to Ivry to Yeshu to me to Elkim to Rue, etc. So, like, I hope you can own up to the fact that you joined the group, fam. And I hope we can just leave it there and call it a day, fam. And it's got to be two people to have a beef, fam. Yeshub said he's walking away. I'm saying I'm walking away. Shari said she's walking away. If you want to be the one person yelling at the wall, that's on you, fam. That's on you, fam.
I'm keeping the bridge open. I'll say that. I'm keeping the bridge open. I'm not shutting down the bridge. I'm trying as the elder. My job is to try to heal the situation without stepping on anybody's personal feelings about certain things, right? Because all those things got to be worked out between the individuals involved. But I'm going to continue to try to work toward healing the situation.
And I'm gonna continue to be respectful, like I told you, OG, like just how I brought him up and spoke about him. That's how I will.
No, I know how you get down, bro. So I'm not even worried about you at this moment. I'm just hoping that at some point, this bridge, there's some fixing that needs to go on in this bridge. There's some maintenance work that has to be done, and I can't do it. You know what I'm saying the parties that have these issues have to do it. But I'm going to keep the door open and try to push for it and pray for it.
So I spoke my piece. Anyone else got anything else to say?
No, I'm good right now. I don't want to drag this out too much longer. I want to get on this other thing that we're supposed to do so we can start a new live whenever y'all ready.
I know that's right.
Yeah. So James, we're going to continue to push this model, bro. Call me. We got to talk. Or matter of fact, I'll call you once we finish this thing up later on tonight. I'm gonna call you. I know you still listening. Hopefully you still listening. I'm gonna call you, bro. And we're gonna have to work this out somehow. I'll leave it at that.
You got anything you want to say, Ibri? You good?
No, I'm good. I said what I had to say.
You good, sis?
I'm good.
Well, in that case,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.